Hello, today we're going to be playing Melvore Idle. I do have all the expansions in it, so we won't get into the Abyss expansion. We'll just be playing the base game. This game is heavily inspired by RuneScape, so there's a lot of things that you'll see in this game that would be in RuneScape as well. But this allows us to do it idly, but what we'll do is there are various different game modes. I am going to go and make a hardcore mode character. Uh, we will call the character Jessop. Don't know why, but it sounds like a pretty dumb character name, and I like that. So it'll take a little time to load up, and we'll be introduced into the tutorial. We can skip it, but for those of you that have never sort of seen this game or haven't played it, I'll do the tutorial and we'll just get along with that for a little bit. Now, it says cut 3 more normal trees and we can move on. I'm going to cut some more. Probably just because I know we're going to need some a little bit later on. So we'll let the time ticker up, and when you see here, you got the masteries. Everything along this has a mastery. So that is like when that reaches level 99, that's you've mastered that tree or skill or whatever. So I think that should be enough. So we'll claim that and go to fire making. And we can choose our log here, and you know it can produce it produces coal ore, ash, charcoal just by burning them, and that's all we need to burn for the moment. We can go fishing, get some shrimp. It wants us to catch 3 shrimp, which is cool. Later on down the line, you will be using fishing a lot when it comes to food resources, because there are some very good sort of fish that you can catch and cook to help sustain your health when you're fighting. And now it wants us to cook them shrimp, so we could go to the recipe here, select that one, and active cook it. So as you can see, it takes 2 seconds for each cook, and you know they can fail and burn, but luckily we didn't lose that. Later on, you will be able to upgrade it, so you can have multiple, so the furnace and the pot, and then you can choose one to be active and the other 2 to be passive cook, so that way you can passively generate your food income. Now what does it want us to do? It wants us to go to mining, and it wants us to do copper and tin. So what I'll do is I will spend a little bit of time just mining these, because you're going to need multiple of them, not just the 3. And then that way, there we go. We'll do 6 of each. I think for the tutorial it will ask us to just mine it again regardless, which is fine because I will use more than just what I'm required. There we are, and then it wants us to go to smithing, create the bars. There we go. I'll make the 6 bars, although I need to make 2. Okay, and now it wants us to make the bronze dagger. There we are. And now we will be going to go and equip this. Equip these as food. And it'll want us to go to fight and kill 2 plants. So we go to combat areas, farmlands, and then the plant. Now, I've made this as a hardcore character, so if this character dies in combat, that's it. The whole thing is removed. You have got a standard character, which has progressed quite far through the game, which I used to play on my on my what's it called? My phone, because you can get this on your phone. I think both on Android and iOS. And it is really fun to be able to just whip out and play. So we want smithing, bars again. So it's got 7, so these produce 15. Sorry. And I will be creating the 105 arrows that it wants us to do, because obviously feathers, arrow tips, and we've cut extra wood. So we'll go to the shop, go to materials, buy, and we want 105. And we can go and buy that in the feathers. See, now it wants us to fletch the arrow shafts. We just need to make sure that we stop at the 105 so we don't randomly just fill up our inventory. There we go. Now we got the headless ones. So once this is done, we can just choose to whatever we want to do. So I think I will progress my defense and maybe like attack and ranged, so that we can start getting better equipment, which we can make via mining and smithing, or crafting with hides and stuff like that. So now that this is done, it wants us to go back to the shop and buy a bowstring, which we only need one of. And now it wants us to make our bow, which is a short bow. There we are. And now it wants us to equip them. So if we go down just quickly here, with each attack style, you can see that there are different hidden abilities or stats. So, for example, when you're using a dagger, you get with the stab style of attack, you get +6 hidden attack levels. So whatever your attack level is, so for this one it is 1 and then +6, so you're fighting as if you have 7 attack rather than just 1 attack. Right? That goes the same with your bow. So let's go and see what we can do with that. So with that, you got accurate, which is 6 ranged level hidden. Rapid, it doesn't give you the range, so you will be fighting as if you're level 1, but it's near enough half a second faster in into every attack. And then for your long range, it's +3 for your ranged and defense. Alright, so now it wants us to kill 2 chickens. So what we can do is go to the combat area, back in the farmland, go to fight, and we'll keep it as accurate because we want the the higher chance of hitting. And as you can see here, we're losing HP. We've got, we're 1/5 of the way of actually fully losing the character, which won't happen, you would hope, especially this close to the beginning of the game. But if it did, it's not too much trouble to get back to this point. And there we go, we've claimed it, and now it wants us to mine rune essence. Now rune essence is going to help with our rune crafting skill, and that is making sort of different runes, so like fire, water, wind, mud, blah 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 blah, and that will help us with our magic. So now we've got they're here, and the good thing about this is every time that you go up in mastery, the higher you get, the more runes that you can make. So at the moment we're making one, and eventually we can make, like, you know, every single one rune essence that we use, it can make like 5 or 10 or whatever. So now that's done, and we can go to our bank, equip the magic wand, and it wants us to kill one goblin using magic. So we can go back here, and then fight one goblin. Excuse me. So yeah, now we just fight one goblin, and that will be that side of it sorted. But yeah, there are, you know, various different magic attack styles. So you got your physical, your ranged, your magic, and then prayer, which will help with like negating damage. Slayer, which is, you know, you get given tasks to fight. I'm just going to quickly go back to doing fish. That way we could get straight out of the combat while I'm at the shop buying compost, which is materials. We need 5. There we are. And now we want to plant potato seeds. Plant potato, bang. Okay, so what I've done is I actually kind of fucked up there, because I didn't apply the compost, which gives it a 100% chance to grow. Now it's only got a 50% chance. It's fine, and that's the tutorial item complete. Now we can actually do everything that we want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do just keep doing some fishing for a moment, and we'll come back in about 20 minutes. And that way we'll see how much fish we got, we'll cook it, and that will help us survive any combat that we choose to do. Right, so I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, I just need to turn this down a little bit. So sorry about that. What you will see is just a massive jump from me fishing to this. That is because for some reason I somehow had turned my mic down, and when I started recording again it wasn't picking up my mic as it is now. So yeah, I had caught something like 320 shrimp, and if I go to my fishing tab, my mastery of the shrimp went from whatever level it was to 55, and now we're just cooking them up. So I'll do that until it gets to sort of 200 odd, because we do have a chance to fail in the cooking, and you know, this one, it is perfected. So what it heals for more by 3. What I'll do is I'll just downgrade it, and as you can see here, you get some sort of junk that you can Upgrade into a bowstring. Oh, it's rope. I thought that was a lock. Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine, because that will make it so that we can fletch a little bit more. And let's just sell all the junk that we grabbed. So old boot, we can sell all that. Sell. And as you can see, we're just slowly accumulating a little bit of money. I'll sell all the gems because I don't really need them at the moment. And until I expand my inventory, these aren't essentials. Like, not the rope isn't either really. Okay, so I've got 100 now normal shrimp now. So what I can do is go into my let's go into just our normal attack, and we'll go combat farmland. We'll just fight a chicken, and I want to get my defense up a little bit so I can get hit less often. Defense is probably one of the most important stats that you want to level up early for this game. And as you can see here, you do get some loot. So I'm getting like raw chicken and bones. Bones will help with your prayer. So as you see here, it says 0 here. If I click that, go to the bank and bury them, I now have 2 here. So that's your prayer point total. So every time that you use your prayer, it will, so here, it will take, 1 per player attack. So the more prayer you have, or the prayer points you have, the better it is, because then you can have, your prayers on constantly. There are various different styles of prayer, and the more that you bury, the more prayer that you use, the faster your prayer goes up. And I like this because when you fight the chickens, you actually get enough. You get feathers for the fletching side of it, which is something that I do want to get into quite a bit. What can we do? We can equip that food, downgrade again, and let's just equip it as well. And then we're just going to stand here, and when I'll well, we can do it now. When it gets down to like 70 or below, we can use that like a piece of shrimp to then heal up to prevent ourselves from dying. This again is an idle game, so you could play a lot of this when you're AFK or just sort of playing another game or watching YouTube videos and whatnot. And the more that you do, the better stuff that you get. So we'll get our defense up a little bit. So at the moment we're at level 2 in defense. If I just go into where is it? That one. So yeah, so you get like synergies with your summoning. What? I think we'll keep it here at the moment, and then just let our attack and our defense stat be increased a little bit. And just every so often, just click loot all. There is an amulet that you can get. So here again, amulet of looting from the spider forest, which is extremely difficult early on to try and complete, so we just have to continuously click that loot all. Otherwise, once we do get this amulet of looting, we won't ever have to click this again unless our backpack is filled up. I will grab 10 extra blank slots, so now we've got 31. That makes it a little bit more open to it, and then we have these tabs which we can use to separate it all out. So for example, we can go to this, move items to a new tab, go here, select that one. So this one will be our wood tab. This one can be our cooking tab. And it doesn't have to be like that. Like, for example, if I go to 10 and select this one. Now that 10th slot, I think that's 10 anyway, is our fletching slot, so I can actually move the bowstrings over to there as well. Yeah, so 10th slot. This one can be moved into our cooking, and then I may move this about, so I've got normal, ranged, magic, cooking, logs, mining, etc. But at the moment, I'll just keep this as our combat slot and just keep an eye on our combat stuff. So now we're at level 4. I want to hopefully get to like level 10 and then work on our crafting skill, so we can get crafting, mining and smithing, so we can get our magic armor, our ranged armor, and our normal combat armor. But with the defense, I want to get to like level 10 at least, so I can. I think that's when you can equip steel. It doesn't. I can't remember how to find out about that. Yeah, because it won't tell you here either. So I might just mine a little bit in a sec after I get to level 10, and then we can get onto the crux of the game, which is, you know, bettering your character to prevent them from dying and leveling up your skills. Okay, so I'll be back in a little bit again. We'll get to level 10 and then we'll go into the mining area. Okay, so we're almost at level 10 now, and there we are, exactly at the right time I started recording, level 10, and now we can go into our mining, and let's just get some copper. Now we can just start working on getting our way down to maybe like iron stuff, maybe steel if we're lucky, but at the moment, let's just focus on getting this stuff sorted. Now, as you can see, once you've depleted it, it will take a set amount of time to refill, which ain't too long. It does get longer when you get more and more, because when you level up the mastery of this, it will go higher and higher in the amount that you can mine at one go. So at the beginning, it may seem a little less sort of idle, because you just got to continuously click things. You can just leave it and it'll start mining it as soon as it is like this. So once it's depleted and it refills, it will continue mining again. So you could leave it, but I would prefer to you know, switch between them at the moment. So as you can see, once I've reached level 2, it went up 1, so I can now mine 7 rather than 6, and eventually it will get higher and higher, so it's fine. And I think once we reach level 15, we should start being able to mine iron ore, which will be helpful in terms of being able to craft iron ingots and get an iron armor. And let's do that for the moment. Crafting. So like leather gloves, you buy the leather. So this one is very sort of yeah. It for 10 leather it costs 1,000. So I will grab a few of them, and we can get crafting. The crafting one is a very expensive skill to sort of get up. Same as I think the cartography one, which is essentially you go around a map. Yep. So you go around a map and you search things, and the more stuff you get like points of interest and dig sites and stuff like that. But it does cost. So if I go to add survey, okay, that's okay. Well, I'm gonna leave that for the moment, but yeah, it does cost money eventually anyway, and it can become extremely expensive. I think on my other account, I have spent probably over what 30 mil just doing some traveling to different places to search and unlock areas. Okay, so let's get on with this. And in a second, I'll start smelting the ores. There we go, and I'll get this one up to 10. So, uh, Master XP I get every time is 17 for this one. This one is 13, and whenever you go up, you get more and more. Oh, also, something that I forgot to mention. Every time that you get certain amounts of XP, you get extra um, things. So like 10 node HP, so that increases this by 10 when I get to 95%. And in Abyssal Realm, there's other ones, but I don't know about that yet. Again, I've never used it. Let's go to our smithing and just do that one. Oh, look at that. Exactly perfect. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit ill. So let's wait for this to go down, and eventually we can, you know, create some more bronze gear. So yeah, this only gives us 5 XP, which ain't a lot. I wish there was a way for me to be able to showcase how much XP we need. Is there? I swear there was. Um, okay. Okay, let's just start working with the bronze stuff at the moment. Hoping to get to level 6 pretty fast. There we go. And then we can get a scimitar. Bronze helm. Might as well just continue doing the helms because that will make us yeah, 3 to 8 doesn't go. Okay, so let's go to our bank. We'll go to equip one of them, equip one of them, equip one of them, and then we can sell the rest. And yeah, like this is very much income deficit because you only get like 1 gold per thing. So what I'm going to do quickly is go to my crafting and just start getting up the level of this. So I've got 50. That will hopefully get me to like level 5, level 6 maybe. And yeah, eventually after we get to leather, we got dragon hide. We can make rings, bags, hardwood armor, and I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, there's a lot that you can do. Like at level 10, I can get 2 different types of necklaces and rings, which is cool. Not going to be helpful at the moment because I'm not at a high enough mining level. But yeah, we'll keep maybe one of these, or we'll just remake one once we get closer to wanting to do a ranged attack. Um, I may go into my attack skill in a sec. But yeah, this is Melvore Idle. We'll continue this on a different day, and we can mess about with it a little bit more. I will do little bits like getting my mining level up. I won't smelt or anything, or I will smelt, but I'll only smelt the bars that I need. I won't smelt any gear. We'll do that when we come back to this again. Okay, cool. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.